Here with Kevin Rice now, and Kevin, another day, another massive battle here with Duke this week. How excited are you guys to see them across the way again this week?
It's exciting. Obviously, you'd like to give them a little bit of payback for last Memorial Day, but at the same time, even if we win this weekend, it doesn't change the fact that they're the returning national champions.
As much as you want to get them for that game, at this point, it's even more important as far as where you stand in the ACC.
Yeah, it's huge. Obviously, you don't want to go to 0-3 where you'd have to win your next two games and hope for some other things to go your way in order to get into the ACC tournament. So it's huge in that respect, and I think that's really what the guys this year are focused on.
And looking back at this last weekend, how important did that make the Hopkins game? That you play in the hard schedule, but you had to pick off one of these teams.
Yeah, it's a huge game for us, a huge win, because even if ultimately we don't make the ACC tournament, you can still make the NCAA tournament. Especially with the type of teams that we play every weekend and the type of non-league schedule we have. Obviously, with them being undefeated and a top 5 team, it was a big win for us.
Yeah, and just looking around the league, I mean, watch part of that Notre Dame-Virginia game on Sunday. There's two teams that could play for the title. It's everybody in the league right now.
Yeah, it's like the SEC for football. Everyone's sort of getting the best out of each other and taking some body shots at each other. So it's about getting a couple wins and moving forward.
How dangerous is the offense at this point of the year? I mean, you go 4-4 a week and a half ago, and then you don't need to do this much this week because other guys are stepping up.
Yeah, I think that's what makes us so dangerous, is that one week it'll be one guy with 8 points, and then the next week it's somebody else, and then the next week it can be somebody else. So it really just depends on who the other team decides to focus their attention on. And I think we have a smart group and an unselfish group where we can recognize early in games how they're sliding or who they don't want to have the shots or the ball in their stick, and and the other guys step up and make the plays.
I think we know all about the first midfield line, but you guys are out there with the second line as well. How's that group coming along? And it looks like Billy's really leading that group really well right now.
Yeah, it's great. We joke around with Bill that he should have been a midi all along. He's dominating, especially in the Hopkins game. It seemed like any time we really needed a play, the ball was in Billy's stick, and he was coming up with something great. And then obviously Nick Weston's playing especially well for a freshman. It doesn't seem like any moment's too big for him. And Nicky Galasso is back and scored his first couple goals against St. John's, so it's nice to have him back too.
And lastly, you guys feeling any added pressure at all on offense? We know about the possession issues you've had, but you guys are humming along. You score almost half your possessions.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we know that possessions are going to be more limited for us than for other teams. But I think with our defense improving with clearing and causing some turnovers themselves, that we just need to be efficient and really limit our turnovers. I think last game we only had 7 turnovers as a team and shot at 40%. So I think anytime you can have numbers like that, you're going to put yourself in a good position.